Hello, hello, ladies.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Mindy. I'm going to pause this. Okay. All right. Welcome, everyone. This is our all team Blessed and Beyond everywhere. It's open to anyone. I'm so glad you're here. Glad we're packing out the call. I love seeing everybody's faces. I get to host this with the most incredible ladies on this team that have been here literally from 4 years beyond to almost 11, 10, 11, whatever. Everyone's been here for so long. And so the first is Leslie Olau, an executive over there in Indiana in red with Sunset, because we're all going to Jamaica, right? Yes, we are.
Yes, we are. I leave for my cruise in a month, so I'm excited about that.
Oh my gosh, you're going to get filled up so good. And then Miss Tammy Glowacki over there in Hawaii, but she is San Diego, not much different with those palm trees. And then, sorry, I'm going to get my head on straight. Okay, Dawn. Then Dawn Abbott, Miss Silver Director. Oh, that's what I forgot. Tammy Glowacki, Miss Silver Director. And then Dawn Abbott, Miss Silver Director over there in Georgia. So, keep the teams coming on. We will, this is recorded, so we will have it. But what I wanted to do is, regionals was amazing. Who all got to attend regionals, like live in person, that's on the call right now? Raise your hands. Nope, nobody. Okay. Colette. Okay, good. And virtually, who has visited any of it virtually? Some of it? Okay. I encourage you to get on there and catch those when you can. I want to go around to all of them and catch what I can, because I can't believe you have that many locations with that many leaders sharing systems and social selling. And what else did we learn? I don't know. Those are the only two I can think of at 7:30 right now, but a lot of great content, and everybody's is going to be different. So that is what is really exciting, is that we can pick so many different people's brains. And we all know that this is not one size fits all. We may all do the same kind of concepts, but everybody does it a little bit differently, and everybody has some different methods that they use. And you'll find maybe you've tried something that somebody else, it works for them so good, and then you go and do it and it does not work, or you don't like it. And so that's what's great. Now you get to go to like 5 or 6 or 7 or however many different people talking about systems, or like how they recruit or how they promote. You get to go to all these different spaces and catch that. What a gift. So I encourage you to do that. What I wanted to do is I want to kind of prep you, because I feel like this is along the same lines as what the X Brand Partners has been talking about. And it's really, the base of it is getting very solid and clear on your story, right? Because the more confident we are about the parts of our story, the more clear we become on who we're selling to, what our content should be, how it's going to connect with the person seeing it on social media, and how to get them asking so that you can get them into conversation, because conversations are what converts to sales. It's not you posting and praying anymore. It may have worked before, but in 2023 and beyond, it is not working, right? Who's noticing a big shift? That is not working. You've been here forever, it is not working. We need a shift. And here's what I said earlier today. Let's let all the spammy people who throw out one size fits all content do the selling for us annoy everyone else. But I will tell you this, when they are looking for what they've been spammed about, they're going to think of you top of mind if they have connected with you emotionally, spiritually, if they know a little bit more about you and they feel like they can trust you. Guess who they're going to come to? You. My example of this is this. My hair. I was telling the girls this the other week. I've never told anybody or been searching about extensions or anything, but I hate my hair. I hate it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Tammy. I'm speaking that out, but it is thick. It is luxurious. And I can't wait to have that kind of hair, but I would never spend that kind of money. Anyways, I'm thinking this in my brain, and how social media knows, because I had never clicked on anything and I had never spoke it out of my mouth. I'm getting all these ads about these dang halos and this hair stuff to put in your hair so that it like is this huge mane. And I'm like, I was telling the girls the first time I ever let it out of my mouth was on the Zoom. And I'm like, ladies, I don't know how they know, but they can read my mind now. Like they literally can read my mind. I did not click on anything. I never talked to anybody about it. Nothing. They just could read my mind. So all these ads are coming up. And I swear to you, I'm like this. I am looking here and I am scrolling through them. I might have clicked on after that time. I did click on a couple. Get on there and I'm like, nope, not going to fall for it. I do not know that person that is selling that. I am not going to believe them that they can rub this magic oil on their hair and then 3 months later they have this big old mane. Or I can't believe that halo is going to even stay wrapped around my head and not look like I have a rubber band around it. But I will tell you this, if one of y'all went on there today and you were rubbing that stuff on your hair and you said, I did not fall for all those ads about rubbing this oil on my hair, but sure enough, this is Leslie talking. Sure enough, I rubbed it all over my scalp and look at my hair. I'd be like, Leslie, tell me what you got. I'm buying it right now. I'm ready. That is what people are doing. They are shifting through scrolling. And they are not going to stop the scroll until they know someone that they trust. And so the whole purpose of this is that we need to get solid on our story, because once we get solid on our story, we literally can pull out content short and sweet, pull it out for days, right? So on Thursday, you're going to hear from someone that I can't even pretend to be this person or know what he knows, but I just have been listening to him and it's really transformed my whole thinking, my whole approach, how much fun I'm having, connecting, being vulnerable. But you have to draw the boundaries a little bit. You can't be too vulnerable. But being authentic, real, really building that visual for people about my story that's going to connect with them. So when they stop the scroll on the attachment that they built with me about being, not locked, but in the office, stuck in an office, missing my 4-month-old and my 4-year-old while someone else raised them, and paying $400 in childcare. And because of partnering with this amazing company, I've been able to have my kids by my side with my phone in hand, working from anywhere I want on my terms, little things like that. So, what I wanted, I post this and I don't know how many people got it or printed it out, but I really want you, I'll post it in our team page. Awesome. I really want you to brain dump every single thing where you were when you came to Zingular, like right before it. What were all the things, like mentally, physically, emotionally? What were you? I was literally overworked, underpaid. Situationally, I was working 3 jobs One of them, I had to be there from 5 in the morning till 3 in the afternoon. Went to pick up my daughter from daycare after I drove an hour to and from to pick up my son from my sister-in-law's. That is my life. That was my life for 2.5, 3 years of working Zingular. I don't know how the heck I did it. But I was waiting for that 2-week check. Remember when you got paid every 2 weeks? If you still do, you know what it's like to like be chomping at the bit for that. I remember the heat bill was so dang expensive in Oregon. It's like $400 in the winter because that thing is blasting. I remember having to pay for my son's Prilosec at 4 months old. That stuff is so expensive. It was like $150. I remember having to pay for his expensive formula, the most expensive one on the market, Alimentum. I remember like I bought every venti vanilla coffees and 5-hour powers and 5-HTP because it was like the next magic pill for your mood. Like, I want you to dial it down to you haven't been able to like whatever. I just want you to dial it down like to the nuts and bolts, because when you brain dump all of this stuff, you are going to have content that you can share for endless, like endless. Because when we share content, we're not going to want to share that even every day, right? We're going to want to do I think he says, Bob Heilig says 25% is going to be about Zingular, about like related to that. The rest is, Motivation Monday or think about it Thursday, or you're gonna, set these days and have these these themes for each day. But like on the 4th day, it's gonna be something that is gonna bring it back to like, sorry, the things I said before I took my Zing, kids, like just with a funny picture of my kids, like, with whatever, just something funny, just little things like that are like every mom could probably relate, or grandparent that is watching kids can relate. Like, sorry, put hands over mouth. What I said, I should have taken my Zing today. I mean, my kids are like bringing me Zing some days. Like, Mom, did you take this? So, what I really want y'all to do is just brain dump, and then brain dump over here. Since partnering with X, what has happened? Okay. And honestly, everything, the trips, the conferences, the dinners out, the Zingular sister that was in town that visited you, Zingular when they came out to give you bonuses, like getting paid your bonus. Some of us, our bonus pays our mortgage. Like that's pretty big, just your bonus paying your mortgage. Or I paid for, like today, I paid for my gas tank. Those things, those are connects. So if everybody does this, what you'll notice is you'll come up with an I help statement. Like, I help overworked, stressed out moms who have felt like they have lost their identity, can't fit into their clothes, and are longing for a community and a culture where they can travel and work through life on their own terms. You're gonna find who you can help and be really clear, and then be able to put that in as your description in your bio. Like, so people, when they come there, they know. And you think, well, I don't want to limit myself to just, and you may not be moms, like that's just me, right? And people go, you don't want to limit yourself. The problem is we are selling to everyone. And what happens when we sell to everyone is we're pouring content out that is just like throwing it out there that nobody can grasp, right? And it's one size fits all. And it becomes spammy because we assume that everyone that is there looking wants 8-day. Like everyone wants to lose weight. Everyone wants to, everyone wants to work from home, where it's very surface. And it doesn't mean that I don't have guys asking me. I do. I have conversation right now with a guy that reached out. He does not want anything. I usually shift those people out, but he legit has been looking at this for a while, and he messaged and he's like, I think I'm ready to get started. So I am not cutting, I'm not limiting myself. I don't want cookie cutters. Trust us. There's only one of each of us in this world. Like, we can't handle more than just one of us. I'm going to attract more, but you're going to have more conversations where you can connect with people that are going to convert into sales. Sales happens through conversations, not posting and praying that someone reaches out to you anymore. So what I really want you to do is just connect with your story, get stuff out there, because you'll be able to pull these little moments. Missing all my babies first, or paying $400 a month for my daughter to go to daycare 3 days a week, missing all of her firsts to now only missing, things here and there on my terms. That's a little bit that people can connect to. So if y'all do that before Thursday, you'll be super prepped and ready, because Bob Heilig, he's also known as a virtual upline. He has a podcast, and his whole thing is love, serve, grow. And I think he's a wonderful man, and he is very much going into what we call from transactional sales, where you're just telling people constantly, you can get this and this and this and this, to a transformational type of sales, where you're really connecting. You're helping people connect to your experience, feel what you're feeling, identify themselves in your situation, and want to connect with you for you to help them. Because people are buying now more than ever. They are not, what they're doing is 76% of people are going online to start their sale. That does not mean they end their sale there, but they go online to do the research, see what's out there, what are people talking about, and then they proceed to connect with someone and make the purchase. So it's really important that we be present. So if you're scared to use social media, fine, you need to then be open some other way. You need to do Zooms. You need to meet people one-on-one. You need to do parties. Whatever you like to do, I say go there first and do it. You like to have gatherings? Have gatherings. You like to get on phone calls? Get on phone calls. But you need to do more of it, because social selling, if you want to be where the 76% start to shop, you got to be there, right? I would rather be in pain trying to figure out social selling than go back to work for somebody. Like, I literally was looking for jobs. I was looking for jobs for Colette the other day, and I'm like seeing all this stuff. I'm like, that's what I used to do. Maybe I could do that. I would get paid still half of what I would have made, what I'm making here. It makes no sense for me to go back where I would lose everything, all my freedom, being by my kids' side. And I'm willing to work harder and get better and learn social selling better, so that I don't have to go clock into work and be ruled by someone else's life, for someone else's dreams, missing my kids' stuff. So if you hate social selling, and how many people are just like cringing that I'm even saying selling or sales? Like, truthfully, who gets triggered, red light, flashing sirens when I say selling or sales? Does anybody? Are we all over it? It's okay. I'm pretty sure there are more that might feel that way. I did. I have to talk myself out of it every day. But I've really through this training, through really getting into this way of sharing content that people can connect with, I'm like, I will sell all day long. I can not sell myself. I'm not selling my soul or anything like that. I can sell my story all day long because I know what it did for me. And I know that there are so many other people out there that feel the same way that I did 12 years ago. And I know what I have now, right? So there are millions of you out there, not, like I said, not cookie cutter, but there are millions of you that have situations like you that can really connect and want to purchase with you. The other thing is consistency and showing up. People will not any longer just show up with someone. Or just sign up with someone. They're not going to do that. You know what? Honestly, I know there's a lot of like turn and burn, how to get all this many sales. But when that many sales happens, guess what? Someone's going to come find me because someone else sold them Zingular. And I am going to spend more time with them because they see me connecting. I'm not saying I'm going to like steal anybody's people. I'm not doing that. But I'm saying the way you show up and the consistency that you have right now matters more than ever. And that might be a really hard pill to swallow, but Zingular is growing by leaps and bounds. And if you're not consistent and you're not present, it might sell, but it's gonna land somewhere else in 3 years when that person's still here. So just be consistent, be serious, and show up so people can connect with you. So that's basically what I had to kind of prep you. That book that they wanted us to read for X Brand Partners. Who's doing X Brand Partners? Who's been following that? Is that a lot of people? Okay, so you have this book. They pretty much dumbed the book down into this. It's not brilliant like this, but my head was like, oh, but pretty much in this, when you go online to work out what they have you work out, they're going to have you build scenarios. And while this is awesome, and I can't wait to get through it more, it is a process. You really have to work the book or it doesn't work. It won't work. So this is the fast way through it. And what you're also going to be able to do, what I wanted to add here was actually a fourth column. What are the products that change your life? Because in this, has anybody gone to the website and kind of seen how they work you through it? So you probably have no idea what I'm talking about. What? Okay.
Not yet.
Okay. So when you get halfway through, they're going to tell you, don't read on until you actually work through number 1. And you're going to get on this site and it's going to work you through it. So that's where my head spins. I'm like, oh Lord, how long do I have? I don't have time for that. So this will get you through it. And you can build your, then bring your products into the mix too, because it does have you literally dial down each product and what has it done in your life. So it's a huge it's a big old biology experiment with dissecting frog in here. And I'm just giving it to you so you don't have to dissect the frog. That's all. So that's it. I will open it up for questions. If anyone has any questions.
Could you go over, Shelly just got here and I wanted to explain to her, could you go over this again of, how we're going to brand ourselves and how how this little paper is going to help guide us? Could you do that again, please?
Yes, in a real snippet. One of the problems that twists our head is content. What do we post, right? Is that, what am I posting? I don't want to annoy anybody. I don't want to sell anybody, but we are in sales. So we need to get it out there somehow. So the whole thing about it is being really confident in your own story. And instead of selling to everyone and just putting this stuff out there that's real spammy and just kind of transactional. It doesn't build an attachment. It assumes that people want the same thing, is really dissecting your story so that you can be confident and you can represent yourself and share content that people can they can experience it themselves. Like they can feel the experience, they can feel the attachment, they can feel the emotion, they can connect with you in a way that they're going to be like, okay, I've seen all this spam all over Facebook, but I'm going to go with Shelly because she just like told me how good she felt. And I mean, and not you're going to really dissect it. Like, where were you before you're bought whatever, like very dissecting your story and knowing all the details is how you can use this paper to go through mentally, physically, and emotionally. Where were you? Like all the feels down to what was your finances, what was your situation back there. And then since partnering with X, your life has changed in all of these ways, and which were the products that really changed your life. And so what that's going to do is just give you bits and pieces to connect with when you are posting content. And you literally could have content, because we don't want to spill like entire story on there, which I have a habit of doing. I'm trying to I need to get more straight to the point with things. So my example was I literally was working in an office with 4 walls, missing my 4-month-old preterm baby and my 4-year-old toddler, paying $400 a month for 3 days of daycare. I didn't know what my identity was. I didn't know which hat I was wearing. And everyone was getting so little, including myself. You're just taking a piece of your story and putting that content out there so that people can feel that situation. Like, could you walk in my shoes? I'm not the best storyteller. You don't have to be a good storyteller you do want to be a good storyteller. And we can get better as we start dialing down what our story actually is and just being descriptive of all the feels, because that's how people are going to connect. So I recommend really dialing this down. Like, I was overworked, underpaid, working 4 10s, working 2 other businesses, leaving at 5 a.m. in the morning, coming back at 3, driving an hour to and from to pick up my son. I just went through and brain dumped everything that I was. And I actually have it on that's why mine's blank, but mine was this beautiful mess. And I just keep it here because I'll think of different things and I'll just write it down and be like, oh my gosh, I forgot that. So did that help? My brain's
love it. I love it. I love it. So my thing is too, you guys, is when you get to the point of sharing how you feel, sometimes because we all kind of been in a funk, at least I have, right? Not all of us have, but some of us older people, 2020 was epic, right? So when we go into that feel, felt, found, I think we have to go back to that feeling when Zingular blew up in 2020. How did we feel? How was the excitement? Bringing on new customers, seeing our numbers grow and helping more people. I think just revisiting that excitement is where I know that for me, I don't know about you guys, but that third column, that is where I'm going, because 2020 was exciting. 2020 was exciting. 2021 was pretty exciting. And then we started, of course, the pandemic, the world, all of that kind of stuff. But those are the feelings, that we need to spark. And that's what I think this X brand is doing, is that it's reigniting each and every one of us and building bigger and stronger.
Yeah. And Leslie, the truth is, we've been up and down before. It's just who stays in, and life happens. It doesn't mean we can't, come back in and pick it up, but it does happen and it will happen. And that is anything that look at what teachers went through and what nurses went through. I mean, was that the high of highs? A lot of people quit their careers. They literally had to quit their careers because of what happened back then. Or they stuck with it. They grew from it and they're back better and stronger now, or they're fighting better and stronger now. So you're right, Leslie, it's embracing that feeling. And I will tell you this, the more you plug in and surround yourself with positive people, which is, we're not all positive all the time, but grab on, and we don't want to be all Pollyanna. I mean, we got to be real life too. But the truth is we have a lot to be excited about. And that, this business, direct sales, consumer sales, it quadrupled it tripled since 2016. Is a $128 billion industry last year, just direct to consumer sales. But it is projected to go 100 billion just this year. That's crazy. That's crazy. Like, people are buying, they're going online to buy, and they're going to buy from the people that are there that have a heart. So in times that are tough, we strengthen our heart and we remember it's about people and we love them, and we remember our story and that we can get back where we were. I have been up, I have been down, I've been up, I've been down, I've been down, I've been up, I've been down. I mean, in 12 years, Tammy knows too, like we all know, up and down. But are we, better off today than I ever was 12 years ago? And if you don't feel that way, I don't know how anybody else feels, but if you don't feel that way, the best way to get feeling that way again is get on an Ignite. Get on it with friends. Ask customers, hey, I need a reignite. Will you do it with me? Are you interested in doing it with me? Let's do it together. And get in and do that, and then plug in. And then you will feel the fire again. You will. And get connected. So, Tammy, or Dawn, Tammy, Milwaukee, Tammy Castronovo, anybody else have anything, any questions? I'm sorry, I'm not even reading the chat. There's questions.
I love how this is going to help us narrow down who we're going after, because I'm one of them too, you guys, that thought I did not want to narrow down my choices. But the thing is how it was explained, and I think it might have been the Oxano people that might have explained this to me, or explained it to everybody at Zing Fest. But they said, so you're going to go after your people because those are the people that are going to be attracted to you. So think of your avatar, think of the person you were, like Stephanie shared in her training at Regional. Think of the person you were when you found Zingular, and kind of do another one of these, this is going to help you with that. And then you're going to focus on those people, but those people are going to be sharing with everybody. So you're going to end up with other people. You're not just going to end up with I'm not going to only end up with Tammys. I'm going to attract some people that maybe are similar to me situationally, but then they're going to share with their family and friends like we all did. So it's not like, I don't know if that helps anybody, but it really helped me to get over that thing. Like, yeah, I want everybody. No, I'm not going to have success if I go after everybody. I'm going to have more success if I am more intentional and pinpoint who those people are that I'm after. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And maybe this will help y'all. I don't mean I want the blonde spaz like that looks like me. That is not what I'm after. Okay. When we say go after who you were before Zingular, or who you're selling to is the you before Zingular, that's you emotionally, mentally, physically, everyone can relate with that. Financially, that does not mean I want a bunch of me running around. That would drive everyone nuts. Or nobody would get it. I don't even know. Like, we all only need one of us. So don't think that means visually, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? Because as you know, our team is a melting pot of what people, but we all had a lot of things in common. That doesn't mean we go out and we got a killer 8-day ignite where you're going to lose up to 15 pounds in 8 days. That's very broad. But the feels of like, I cannot button my pants and I need to go get another size. And that's going to be about whatever, if I get it, whatever, even if I go to TJ Maxx and buy a size up, I'm not going to be happy about it. And I just spent $20 because I'm going to try and probably find some magic pill to get back down. And then that'll be another $20. And I just spent $40 when I could have done Zingular's 8-day ignite for $99, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Anybody else? Questions? Okay, we don't have to milk it. So I hope that helped y'all, and just like reach out. It'll take a little bit of finessing, but it's so worth it. Your confidence will so grow. Your confidence will grow. Your content will become fun and effortless because you're just engaging the you that you were, and then you're celebrating the wins that you have now. That's it. You're grasping a hold of the losses and what you have now that you've gained. So.
Hey, let me say something real quick. I want to challenge everybody. We kind of did it with the 4 of us. When you get that list written down that Steph was talking about, make a video. Make a video and send it to your teammates and say, hey, critique this. And that's what the 4 of us have kind of done too. And, you know, trying to dial it down. You know, that video that the girls did is great, but I don't know about the rest of y'all. Majority of everybody on here is middle-aged. Brandy might be the youngest and Elizabeth, but anyways, that's all young. They're young. I would love to see a collaboration of middle-aged women, a collaboration of the men too. So think about doing your video, because I'm not sure that the 50-year-olds are going to relate to the 25-year-olds that are on there, you know? And so anyways, just do a video and go that route. And then something I've been doing, and I talked to Troy about this today, is make a list. If you are scrolling through Facebook and you see somebody that you think is interesting, you may not know them that well, make that list, put it in your phone where you've got it with you all the time, you know, and see if that is your ideal person, like Stephanie was talking about. So just a couple of pointers on that. Sorry, Tammy, it gets thicker. She was talking about my accent.
I love that, Dawn. I love that. I just pulled this 2x2 out. Have y'all seen this? The weekly planner. I don't know, it was printed out for us at regionals, but it is somewhere because I think I had it here from I already had it here. But anyways, in our accountability groups with the 90-day, we're all made, like, we have to do our 2s and take a picture and send it in. So like I'm on day 2 of doing it. But as I'm going through my follow-ups of customers and old customers, I'm like, I just started writing them down. I'm like, I want this. Actually, this person is just a new friend that I'm like, she is killer. I'm going towards her. And I've just started listing them on here. So then I can plug them in who I'm going to reach out to. So it's just being more intentional, smarter when we work, you know, and it's 2. I thought today, gosh, what if I just did 10 in one day? I'd have the whole week done. Well, the truth is I don't do that. So I'm going to do 2 a day because I can handle that. So Okay, well, I will stop the recording.